Welcome to One Chemistry. Always do your best. Now we will see about E1 and E2 reaction, which is a very basic reaction in organic chemistry. We will learn E1 and E2 reactions from problems. So problems can help us to understand much better. Stay tuned for complete information. What is inside this video? Inside this video we will see what is E1 and E2 first. Then we will learn some basics on E1 and E2 from football. Then we will see the problems. Mostly the problems come in E1 and E2 are from selectivity. We will see one by one. So what is E1 and E2 reaction? Normally in football we should know how many guys are making a goal. Whether one guy make the goal or other guy helped or not. We will count the players when there is a goal formation. Similarly in chemistry, how many atoms are participating in the reaction is called order of the reaction. If it is 1 mean it's E1, 2 mean E2. Here E represents the elimination. Elimination reaction involving one molecule mean E1, 2 molecule mean E2. Let us quickly see what is E1 and E2. E1 means the first reaction involves the breaking of Br bond, form the cation. Then the second step is leaving of H+. So you get the alkene. Here two steps are there. Only one molecule involved in the rate determining step. So it's E1. E2 means like two molecules involved, which is base and reactant. Both involved in the same time in the rate determining step. So it is E2 reaction. Both steps are elimination same. Two steps mean it's E1. One step mean it's E2. Then the fact is about steric effect. Here is the starting material which contains two types of hydrogen, which is less crowded one and more crowded one. What will be really happening here? Less crowded will be eliminated or more crowded will be eliminated. Here it will be decided by the base. So here we are using the strong base here, which is tertiary beta oxide, which cannot attack in the more crowded methyl group, but it can attack in the less crowded area. So the product is always less crowded side attack, so less crowded alkene will be formed. Let us see the influencing factor in the elimination reaction. Normally in elimination reaction is anti-periplanar position of leaving groups are better. Here you see the bromine and hydrogen, both are 90 degree to each other and perpendicular. This position is very much important for the elimination reaction. The second influencing factor is the selectivity of hydrogen. Normally the more acidic hydrogen will be removed, so primary will be first, secondary will be second, tertiary will be the least one. And the next one is the bulk phase always look for the less substituted alkene. Less bulk phase look for the less substituted alkene. So you should know that. Then during the elimination always the conjugation will be the favored one. So here you see the example A and B elimination is possible. Among that B will be eliminated. Why? Because there will be a conjugational stability. The important thing you should know is strong base always prefer the elimination. Let us understand the common elimination reaction. Common elimination reaction always alkene will be formed, only the leaving groups will be different. HBr, water and ammonia are derivatives of ammonia. HBr you have to use base as the reactant. For water you have to use acid. For ammonia just heating is enough. So this is a very common one. It will cover everything. Now let us get into the problem. Here the starting material given, the base is tertiary butyl hydroxide, which is a very bulky base. So what will be the possibilities? There are the four ones, which is SN1, SN2, elimination which is more steric one, elimination which is the less steric one. Here we very well know that we are using the strong base, which is hydroxide. So SN1 and SN2 definitely not possible. So elimination both are possible, but the base is the bulkier one. So the elimination of hydrogen will be always from the less steric side. So the elimination of less steric one is formed. So you should always guess the starting material and base for the predictability. Next thing is very much important and easy. Here we have the cycloalkene with bromine substituted. Which hydrogen will be eliminated, A or B? So there are the two possibilities, A can be eliminated, B can be eliminated, but B will be always favors. Why? Because it forms the conjugated diene, which is very stable. So conjugation provide extra stability. So you have to always remember that resonance provide extra thermal stability. So it will be always major product. Then I given the example of cyclohexane. Here CH3 is there, Cl is there, and one CH3 is unspecified. So how will you identify which product is which? Here you have to write the cyclohexane chair form, where Cl and CH3 were perpendicular to each other, or anti to each other, or trans to each other. So you have to draw accordingly. The only thing is CH3 is cis or trans to Cl. So CH3 can be axial or equatorial. There are two possibilities. So which one will be the favorable one? We very well know that anti-periplanar position is very much favored. So the equatorial methyl is very favorable one. So HCl will be eliminated. So B will be the dominant one. The next one is the choice of hydrogen in the reaction. Here bicyclic systems are given where the leaving group is ammonia. See below, there are 3 hydrogens are possible during the elimination, A, B and C. So which one it will be removed? A removed, the product A will be formed. B means product B will be formed. C means product C will be formed. So which will be the major one? So we very well know that the acidity of hydrogen decides here. So primary is much more acidic. Here A is tertiary, C is secondary, B is the primary one. So B is always formed, B is the major product. Then the ring expansion in the elimination reaction. Here you have the reaction which contains cyclopropyl alkyde. There are 3 products possible here, which is A, B and C. A means it's elimination of common primary hydrogen, B means elimination of secondary hydrogen, C means ring expansion. So the choices between A, B, C will be there. Which one will be favored here? Here 2 factors decides. One is ring strength, another is the stability of the cation. Here mechanism help you to understand the product much better. So we will write the mechanism here. So we are eliminating the bromine, the cation is forming. Since there is an unstable system, the ring strain take the advantage, form 6-member ring. So 6-member ring drawn there. On that one, secondary cation is there. There is a possibility of tertiary cation if there is a methyl shift. So methyl group is shifted there. Thereafter hydrogen elimination will happen. So you have the dimethyl substituted alkene will be there. So C is the main product here. Then the question will be on steric assistance. Here starting material is same, only different from the bromine position. Whether the bromine is cis or trans to tertiary butyl group. We know that bromine is bigger, tertiary butyl group also bigger. What happened in cis form? Tertiary butyl and bromine in the same category, so it is very bulk. So the tertiary butyl group give the strain and help to leave the bromine there. So there is the assistance of steric effect there. So the reaction will be faster in cis form than the trans form. So steric assistance can improve the rate. The next one is also very much important in terms of conversion. Here starting material is like pyridine kind of system. where which will be the product A, B, C. Here A is possible since it is elimination, tertiary butyl system, it's fine. Then B is unusual one, C is very much unusual one. Which will be which? We don't know. We will write step by step mechanism there. Here we have nitrogen, which is a secondary one. While you substitute in methyl, it become quaternary. Quaternary, we very well know that if you give little bit push, it will leave and form the alkene. So alkene is formed and the ammonia group is left out. Again the CH3I will be in the same part, so it will also again attack, same diene will be formed. So the product is B major. So you have to always write the mechanism and predict the product. Then the little bit complicated one, normally people will give Fischer form and ask you to identify the product there, whether it is cis or trans. If they give the Fischer form, you have to write it as normal one. Here I given the Fischer form there in first, then we convert it into top and below. The vertical ones are above the plane and horizontal ones are below the plane. It can be vice versa also, but we written like that. So we will write exactly convert into Sahar's form. Here you can see very clearly. It is a single bond, it can rotate freely. So we have to rotate such a way that H and B are perpendicular to each other. Once we get into H and B are anti-periplanar, we get the product by leaving HBr. Since pH are on the same side, we have cis product. So to identify this kind of reaction, you have to write the mechanism in terms of stereochemistry. So the Eclipse form, you convert it into anti form to have the cis product. Here I given the simple one, leaving hydrogen. Which hydrogen will leave? Here I given the cyclohexane system where bromine and methyl group is attached. If you use the base, which elimination will happen? A or B. Here we very well know that acidity will decide here. So primary will be the better one than secondary, then tertiary. So the leaving group given the preference as primary one. So exo kind of double bond will be formed here. Here I given the simple problem which is similar like Fischer form, but it little bit straightforward. People are given the Sagar structure, ask you to identify cis or trans. Here also you have to do free rotation in such a way that you have to have bromine and hydrogens are perpendicular to each other. So you have to write equivalent anti-form to remove the HBr. If you remove the HBr, you will be always have cis form. So always you have to master the stereochemistry to identify the configuration. Then the bonus fact, it is about the rule. There are the two rules in the elimination, which is Sayce and Hofmann. We already seen that more substituted alkene form in the reaction means it's Sayce, less substituted alkene form means it's called Hofmann. Why the more substituted alkene will be formed? The more substituted alkene formation is always normal. Why? Because the hyperconjugation structure always stabilizes it. Hence the more substituted alkene always form. So the stability always favors the more substituted alkene. But in a very special case, normally the bulky base or ammonium salt, always less substituted alkene will form, which is called Hofmann reaction. Here I given the trick which is easy to memorize, which is say more, cough less. Say represents Sayce, more substituted product more, and cough mean Hofmann, less mean less substituted product. That's all from me today. I hope it was useful. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below.